Good morning and welcome. Would the audience please rise and join us in the Pledge of Allegiance? Ready? Begin.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please be seated. Members of the Board of Education, Mr. Levine, Mr. Bushman, distinguished guests, faculty, staff, friends, and parents, welcome to this morning's commencement ceremonies. My name is David Harridan, and I had the distinguished honor of serving the senior class of 1992 as fall semester class president. 4 years ago, we came to Beverly knowing little of what to expect in the coming years. We learned from the first day here that we would be challenged to new heights about ourselves and our surroundings. Our teachers challenged us to set aside simplistic thinking so we could look at a math problem or a piece of poetry from a different perspective. We were asked to study unfamiliar literature and at times very foreign languages. We may have complained along the way, but the experiences we will take from here will last a lifetime. Testing new ideas and forms of expression became a common thread among many of our classes. We learned about man's past in search of tomorrow's answers, and did this in a setting of innovative education, cooperative learning, and a mission for excellence. In athletics, our coaches pushed us to new limits, testing both our mental and physical strength. Whether it was swimming 100 laps, running 8 miles, or pounding on the gridiron, we persevered and confronted the challenge placed in front of us. As our 4 years progressed, we became empowered to meet those demands with greater confidence and skill. In the months to come, we'll be faced with new challenges, those of adjusting to college life. But more important is the challenge presented to us this morning. Are we willing to make a difference? This will be the ultimate challenge, in my view. Are we willing to use what we have gained in these past 4 years to benefit society and improve our surroundings? The answer lies within each of us here. Our teachers and coaches have challenged us, but so have our friends. They have challenged us to look into ourselves, to see what is important to us, and what we value in our relationships and in the world in general. I must caution, though, these past 4 years have not been filled with total hardship. We did have a lot of fun along the way. From Hello Day to Beach Day, we have had great times together that have been worth all the challenges and demands placed in front of us. Along the way, many of us have laughed a great deal and cried a great deal, but we continued. And today we celebrate the day where we say goodbye to those happy days and welcome the new journey that faces us in the coming months. Yet all of this would not have been possible without the help of many people along the way. Our teachers, the staff, our friends, and most importantly, our parents. To my parents, for their last 17 years of unconditional devotion and love, thank you. And on behalf of the class of 1992, thank you to all of you who were there for us when we needed you most. Once again, welcome to Beverly Hills High School's 87th commencement ceremonies for the graduating class of 1992.
Good morning. I'm Adrian Ashkenazi. Anger with the past. Frustration with the present. And fear of the future. As I was driving home from downtown in rush hour traffic, I witnessed a middle-aged man in blue overalls who was staggering on the street corner and screaming at the cars passing by. Every onlooker could see the hatred and the anguish in his face as he threw these wooden construction barricades at the charred remains and rubble of a once thriving neighborhood business. And just a few blocks down, two girls, probably not more than 8 years old each, wearing pink roller skates, were skating down the sidewalk with smiles on their carefree faces. They probably do not understand what happened here, and nor did they seem to care. They're just two kids playing on a warm summer afternoon. But something will happen to these two girls as they grow up. Some loss of innocence, some loss of integrity. Without a doubt, if these kids remain trapped in this same environment, they might someday find themselves standing on a street corner filled with hatred for the world. Yes, they will learn to hate you, to hate me, and yes, worst of all, with time, they may just come to hate even each other. 25 years ago, this very same hatred exploded into a social revolution that this country has yet to forget. Today, the choice is in our hands, in my hands. Will we too choose to ignore societal problems just as those who came before us? Or instead, will we be willing to make the difference? The burial grounds of hopes and dreams that still remain vivid in our minds will never happen again. It is not a question of whether we can make a difference. Of course we can. But will we? The time to act is now for the benefit of our future and our children's future. It has often been said that Los Angeles is an intellectual and artistic desert, branded a city of fads. But we live in the capital of the Pacific Rim, and we set the trends for the entire world. And most importantly, we are the pioneers for sociological movements. Los Angeles is the birthplace and the testing ground for health and ecological movements, and most of all, the laboratory for a world where peoples and races from all corners of the globe will learn to live together in harmony. The Port of LA is the largest harbor in North America, and the economy of Greater Los Angeles alone ranks among the 10 largest economies in the entire world. Yet, like other large metropolises, Los Angeles, despite all its power, cannot escape economic and social strife. Beverly Hills is one of the wealthiest areas in the entire world, and yet we live just 10 miles from Watts, one of the poorest areas in the entire nation. There's tension here, and we're just waiting to explode. After experiencing a second set of riots, Los Angelinos now realize that this is a problem that simply won't go away. Once again, it is time for Los Angeles to act as the trendsetter for the world, and we must lead by example in how we deal with our socioeconomic problems. No city can play a leading role in the world while suffering such serious internal conflicts. By the second decade of the 21st century, California will no longer have any single ethnic group in the majority, but will comprise the most polyethnic society in the history of the world. If it is to be a society free from imminent conflict and constant tensions, it is essential that the underlying causes of economic inequality be addressed now. Education has always been at the forefront of man's progress. It is this public high school that has brought my peers and me before you today. And hopefully, this institution will serve as an example to the surrounding communities that are not as fortunate as ourselves. As an old Chinese proverb goes, if you give a poor man a fish, he will eat that day. But if you teach him how to fish, he will eat every day. As we embark on a new chapter in our lives, we must be dedicated to making a positive difference in the world we live in. You might have missed the opportunity to help the angry old worker in a life without frustration and pain. But if we act now with a sense of urgency, the two roller skaters will have the opportunity some 10 years from now to be in front of their teachers, their parents, and their friends, prepared to glide through life in a more harmonious and compassionate world. We are here today to bring to a close our high school careers. And this is truly a celebration of our young and promising minds, but we cannot forget our hearts. What we learned in the classroom is important, but how we apply it to the real world is more important. It takes courage and direction to reach out beyond the confines of familiarity, and we must be assured that the world holds now no boundaries for us. We are the fortunate ones standing here today, but we must be willing to give unconditionally to those who have not grown up in this fostering community, with those that have loved and supported us over the years. The Rodney King verdict was the spark that ignited the fires of our volatile society. We must make it our responsibility to remember what happened here and know that problems remain unresolved. It is up to you and to me, the new generation of optimism and progress. Rodney King's phrase still tolls in our ears. We can get along here. We all can get along. Ladies and gentlemen, before you stands the hope for the future. Let us not forget that if even a poor, broken, and scarred man is willing to make a difference, so are we.
Here he comes.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. The way I feel today is difficult to describe. I guess it's like a geometry problem, complex and confusing. I know that I am happy that I'm finally graduating. 4 years of roaming the halls, using number 2 pencils and filling out scantrons will tend to make anyone long for a different environment. I am somewhat sad, mainly because I vaguely feel I might have missed something while I did my time at Beverly. But for the most part, I feel a release. I now walk a path that giants took, free to find a place for myself. But like all the seniors sitting here, I wonder what the future holds. Will I live a mundane life in a mundane world, working, eating, and sleeping? Or will I make a name in the future, remembered for great ideas and achievements? Basically, will I be willing to make a difference? The answer is simple. Everyone is willing to make a difference. Everyone, given the opportunity, would do something that made a change. But there are more difficult questions that need to be answered. One, are we up to the challenge to make a difference? And two, what will we do to make this difference? What would it take to make the seniors of the class of 1992 be remembered for their achievements? Let us take this one step at a time. First and foremost, are we up to the challenge? Well, many of the seniors sitting here know what has gone on for the last 4 years. Remember how we were the supposed savior class when we entered Beverly as freshmen? We were predicted to raise test scores and set new academic records. The class of 1992 accomplished all of that. We had high test scores. Our academic record was impressive, including 10 National Merit Scholars and a USA Today Academic All-American. You seem to all know who he is. Beverly athletic teams consistently won, leading to first places in various sports. But to understand why this class is up to the challenge, I must point out that all of the above achievements came under adverse conditions. In our sophomore year, we endured a strike that crippled the school for 2 weeks. The same year was the first of 2 parcel tax proposals that failed. In 2 years, we lost many of our favorite teachers and special programs that made Beverly stand out. It seems that the powers that be, who had such great expectations for the class of 1992, had given up on the education process. Sometimes I feel we are out of touch with our school. Perhaps this is a reflection on the general mood of society. While it seemed that everyone else was giving up, the seniors didn't. Many of the things I said before, especially in the athletic department, happened in our senior year when funding and support was at its lowest. The graduates before you took everything that was thrown at them and survived. We are more than up for the challenge. I cannot predict the future. I'm not a fortune teller or a soothsayer. I cannot tell you, the audience, whether or not the class of 1992 will have a president, a prize-winning author, or a champion athlete. What I am going to do is ask my fellow seniors, the students of the class of 1992, to do something, anything, that makes a change for the better. Seniors, We have been sheltered for the last 4 years. We have had opportunities that many others our age have long been denied. In my opinion, it is not right that a few should have it better than the majority. Many of the achievements we did accomplish in our 4 years are no more than pieces of paper. There isn't a whole lot we did as a class. 1992 will not be remembered as a year filled with school spirit. But seniors, we can make it up. We are now out of here. We are no longer subject to paper grades, paper homework, or paper tests. Take what we have learned, both inside and out of the classroom, and use it to help the society that desperately cries out for aid. It is a time we leave our little island of peace and tranquility. We must now face reality, despite its ugly appearance. Reality is not Beverly Hills. We will not be provided with those little perks that helped us along in high school. One only needs to look a couple miles to the east, underneath the smoke, to see where reality hides its face. I say this because it's not only the right thing to do, it has to be done. If society continues along the path it has taken for the last decade, our peaceful island will continue to shrink until it can no longer survive. I am reminded of a song sung in a time where young people like me and the rest of the seniors went out and tried to change the world. Today's world is colder, harder, and more bitter. But its message can still be carried. It states, "There is so much that needs to be shared, so give a little and show you care. Give a little bit of your life for me. Give a little bit of my life for you." Seniors, our time has come. We are now free to walk our own paths. As we walk, we must throw ourselves at the challenge. We did it in high school. Will we do it out there? Thank you.
Childhood was for fantasies and nursery rhymes and toys. The world was much too busy to understand small girls and boys.
As I grew up, I came to learn that life was not a game.
That heroes just were people that we called another name.
And the old shall dream dreams, and the youth shall see visions, and our hope shall rise up to the sky. We must live for today, we must build for tomorrow. Give us time, give us strength, give us life. Now I'm grown, the years have passed, I've come to understand there's choices to be made, and my life's at my command.
I cannot have a future till I embrace the past. I promise to pursue the challenge, time is going fast.
And the old shall dream dreams, and the youth shall see visions, and our hope shall rise up to the sky. We must live for today, we must build for tomorrow. Give us time, give us strength, give us life. Today's the day I take my stand, the future's mine to hold. Commitments that I make today are dreams from days of old. I have to make my way for generations come and go. I have to teach them what I've learned so they will come to know that the old shall dream dreams, and the youth shall see visions, and our hope shall rise up to the sky. We must live for today, we must build for tomorrow. Give us time, give us strength, give us life. Give us time, give us strength, give us life. Give us life.
Mr. Farmer, Mr. Pressman, thank you very, very much for that performance. The program today has been outstanding.
Congratulations,
On this day, when we are recognizing accomplishments, I want to pay special tribute to the staff members of our school and to the PTSA parents of the senior class who are seated in the audience. On behalf of the entire school community, I would like to thank them for their special efforts which have made all of this possible. Please join me in applauding them. As principal, I have the honor to present our platform guests. Seated in their colorful robes are the department chairpersons, counselors, class sponsors, and administrators who have been privileged to work with this graduating class. Would you join me in recognizing them as a group for their special contributions to this class and our entire school? Also, please note the final pages of your program that list the names of all the people who have worked so diligently to make this graduation the wonderful event it is. And a special thank you to the secretarial staff, the custodial staff, the gardeners, Lyle Gerber, and the maintenance staff for the outstanding effort that they have put into today's program. Seated on the platform are also members of our Board of Education who in these challenging times provide the leadership required to maintain the quality of our educational program. Week after week, I've seen their commitment, dedication, and tireless efforts on behalf of our school district. Mrs. Dana Tamarkin, President, Mr. Richard Stone, Vice President, Dr. Phil Harris, Mrs. Lillian Raffel, Mr. A.J. Wilmer, and Superintendent of Schools, Mr. Saul Levine. Please join me in a very warm welcome. This morning, I realize how eager the class of 1992 is to graduate, to get those diplomas for which they've worked so hard, to join family and friends to celebrate accomplishments and anticipations, to get started with plans for the future. As Eric said in his speech, seniors, our time has come. We are now free to walk our own paths. As we walk, we must throw ourselves to the challenge. And this is how it should be, for graduation, far from being an ending, is a beginning. Over the past several years, you have worked and studied, practiced and played, grown mentally as well as physically. The class of 1992 has provided us with two All-Americans, Ollie Zarnpar for academics and Meredith Booker for athletics. They have had outstanding test scores, the highest SAT math average in the history of the school, league champions, and the finest football record in the history of the school. I've witnessed firsthand your active concern not only with the quality of your education at Beverly, but also with the quality of subsequent generations of Beverly students. You've spoken out, taken a stand, worked to promote the general well-being of students and your community, and now you are here, ready to begin your lives as young adults in an adult world. Adrian challenged you with this remark in his speech. As we embark on a new chapter in our lives, we must be dedicated. will be dedicated to making a positive difference in the world we live in. For the most of you, this will mean further years of study and preparation. Whatever course your future takes, it is my sincere hope that you will look back on your years at Beverly as having prepared you to meet and deal with the challenges that life brings. We salute you, the class of 1992. You have cared deeply about others as well as yourself, and we have cared very deeply about you. Congratulations on your graduation. And now, ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the entire staff of this high school, I present to you the graduating class of 1992. Dr. Harris, you are the representative of the governing board of the school district. The members of the class of 1992 have fulfilled the requirements as prescribed by the state of California and the Board of Education, and I recommend that they be granted diplomas of graduation.
Thank you, Mr. Bushman. Somebody told me before I got up here, because they noted I was rather nervous, says, relax, Harris, just don't flub your lines. It's very difficult to follow the speakers of our students. I've been used to it, though, all year on the Board of Education, following Yash Yadagar, who was a student board member. To the Beverly Hills High School class of 1992, let me extend congratulations for your achievement from the entire Board of Education. The other members of the board join with me in wishing you the best success in your respective endeavors. I hope you always look back with pride and loyalty to the Beverly Hills school system. You have chosen the theme for your graduation of willing to make a difference. I hope each and every one of you carry this theme with you and practice it vigorously throughout your life. Our society thrives on the efforts of those willing to make a difference. Our city, Beverly Hills, is filled with people who live this theme. You are privileged to stand on the threshold of a world which has just witnessed one of the most remarkable events to have occurred in modern history. The second most powerful nation on earth, the Soviet Union, has disintegrated into more than a dozen republics, each scrambling to adopt the principles that have guided our nation for more than 200 years. The century-old ideology of communism, ownership, and absolute control by the state has been dealt a probable mortal blow. This tells us that the real strength lies in a society with the freedom to make a difference, the freedom to debate the issues, and where individuals count. I am confident each one of you is willing to exercise your freedom to make a difference. There is still much to be done in this country. We are far from perfect, as recent events closer to home have so poignantly underscored. With all these changes and challenges in our world, there are numerous opportunities for you to make a difference. To the families of these graduates, I wish to sincerely thank you for your role in their education and your continuing support of the Beverly Hills School District. This school district commands the prestige and educational reputation as one of the finest public school systems in this state. Its excellence is fundamentally due to those in this community who strongly believe in public education and work hard to support it. The survival of American leadership in the world and the maintenance of our free society will directly depend on the continuing quality and accessibility of free public education. You are members of a very talented graduating class, and you should be proud of yourselves. I feel privileged to serve you and this school district as a member of the Board of Education. I am pleased to count my own daughter among you. I congratulate you, Deborah, as I congratulate all of you. Good luck as you embark on your next important years. Each one of you has been given the ability to be a leader in this great nation. Continue to educate yourselves wisely, respect your fellow man, and you will make a difference. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Harris. Now we will have the roll call of the graduates by our counseling staff. Awarding of diplomas will be by the Board of Education.
Judith Ann Schwartz.
Dorit Einey.
David Aaron Rothschild.
Human Hakimi.
Emily Rebecca Schwartz.
Anahita Jamshidian.
Noah A. Rothschild.
Stevan Armand Hammock.
Edna Tuffer.
Kava Harunian.
Soraya Setare.
Jason Michael Harrow.
Stephen Eli Sahar.
Drone Albert Hatcher.
Gloria Shkolnik.
Jonathan Blyer Hecht.
Evan Rabineau.
Damon Michael Heilweil.
Matthew David Roberts.
Fang Hu.
Sepper Sani.
Richard Duke Wang.
Fabian Gustavo Romero.
Brett Gavin Ingber.
Robert Groman Sarsted.
Naoki Inoda.
Gregory Mark Roach.
Mark Randy Jaffe.
Kianush Shogi Jadid.
Anthony A. Jenkins.
Shaheen Shokrian.
Peter Jawian.
Charas Gerard Rice.
Pascal Benjamin Javahari.
Brooke Jana Picone.
Anthony Perry Johnson.
Jake Price.
Ronald Christian Jones.
Ashley Nicole Powell.
Justice David Joseph.
Alexander Seth Pravda.
Cheo Weir.
Debbie Rabin.
David Abadia.
Amir Afshin Samanipur.
Anat Abadi.
Svetlana Rashkovan.
Ali Akbar Damavandi.
Ramin Rafi.
Neda Adamus.
Oret H. Regwan.
Avishai Albert Alkali.
Sharad Radi Rahban.
Nora Adamus.
Daphne Yadegar.
Anario Ventura Altman.
Michael J. Rappaport.
Karen Elizabeth Edelman.
Susanna Roth.
Joel Elliott Friedman.
Freddie David Rath.
Ana Jamalea Guevara.
Christina Maria Rubicek.
Michael Philip Friedman.
Justin Garrett Sheft.
Allison E. Haber.
Maya Russo.
Chancey Terrell Fuller.
Daniel Alberto Sanchez Bihar.
Rona Hachami.
Rachel Ann Sabo.
Jubin Solomon Gabe.
Sepe Roxar.
Hangama Hakayan.
Farnas Salek.
Kamran Gassamia.
David Saraf.
Susie Hanasad.
Melissa Joy Sankri.
Kevan Gassamia.
Hugh Sidney Terlinden.
Nicole Monique Harouche.
Mark Kevin Rosenfeld,
Shervin Golian,
Carlo Constantin Tabibi,
Belinda Ann Harrell,
Stella Tanas Saraf,
Zeev Xavier Gottlieb,
Kimberly Ann Dove,
Deborah B. Harris,
Anthony Giovanni Dean,
Ali Goharbin,
Fiona Vanessa De Mori,
Tina Judith Hay,
Yaron Felix Dunkel,
Gregory Scott Goldman,
Laila Dueck,
Lori Lynn Herman,
Yarom Alexander Elul,
Alan Scott Gooch,
Liv Anna Eiserman,
Susan Kiyunga Hong,
Mahmoud Eslaminia,
Randolph Jason Glick,
Armita Rohani Mogadam,
Sharon Renee Howard,
Mark Allen Weissman,
Arash Gozarka,
Gilda Danesh Baksh,
Obiajula Ikediashi,
Sharon Naomi Dabi,
Duran Gura,
Ariel Alexander da Silva,
Katayun Imandel,
Natasha Dardashti,
Bryony Adam Friedman,
Ravi K. Davis,
Amanda Aaron Goldberg,
Lisa Rose Deeb,
Aaron Scott Gutman,
Hubert Davoud,
Kamyar Ebrahimi,
Eloisa De Laurentiis,
Nicole Eichenlaub,
Yoav Dayan,
Nasir Ebrahimian,
Sasha Pia De Marino,
Michelle Nicole Evers,
Nicole Faith Perez,
Tomoki Echigo,
Raymond Pazuelo,
Victoria Elizabeth English,
Alina Pazuki,
Herbert Eridot,
Teresa Palaskas,
Amy Bess Filko,
Jennifer Page Parviziar,
Kashayar Eshragi,
Jane Yunjung Park,
Sean Fishgrund,
Elka Bacon,
Manny Cornelius Farmanara,
Esther Pank,
Tammy Fishman,
Goli Okava,
Amir Sharam Hossein Fatimi,
Jum Timin Win,
Dana Eileen Frieden,
Heather Malatesta,
Benjamin Fleischer,
Barbad Avi Munampur,
Sharon F. Furman,
Stephanie Ann Maman,
Keon Fazju,
Juban Nasiri,
Diana Elaham Ganuni,
Neely Samantha Margot,
Peter Heller Finkel,
Matthew Joshua Nelson,
Gokche Gokov,
Mojgan Melody Masaban,
Fabrice Richard Favre,
Avram David Walt,
Stacy Lynn Green,
Carey Shea McCullough,
Michael Anthony Francisco,
Daniel Ellie Ohebshalom,
Heather Beth Goldstein,
Ketiyun Melamed,
David Howard Franklin,
Scott Pat,
Michelle Visconti,
Stacy Cass Meltzer,
Farnaz Zendadel,
William Edward McKenna,
Babak Zolakayan,
Erica Ovita Mendez,
Baman Vasig,
Tomislav Olekovic,
Angelina Jolie Voigt,
Anna C. Menendez,
Roger V. Stevens,
Troy Perkins,
Lakisa N. Washington,
Esther Moon,
Ross Thomas Benjamin,
Monica Michelle Rochelle Moradian,
Amy Lauren Nebenzal,
Brooke Alexa Murphy,
Michael Benjamin Holtz,
Emily Johnson Murphy,
Richard P. Wong,
Ruth Elisa Musri,
Monique Jerry Wilde,
Melissa Joy Myers,
Warner Richard Wright IV,
Ilana Farnaz Nabati,
Marisa Williams,
Azita Esther Nahai,
Naveed Yadigar,
Stephen Ernest Neal,
Karen Winchman,
Lisa Watanabe,
Shahriar Yagabi,
Jennifer Ann Newman,
Brianne Allison Winters,
Stephen Michael Levin,
Tosh Yanez,
Alina Landver,
Gabrielle Elizabeth Reams,
Asaf Leviathan,
Mark D. Young,
Elaine Lee,
Yas Yadigar,
Gregory Jules Lorber,
Don Yoon,
Jamie Sangun Lee,
Banafsha Yafe,
Eric Ira Lowenstein,
Abraham Zachariah,
Andrea Coppola,
Elam Uabian,
Dag Luderer,
Payam Zarabi,
Hope Rachel Levy,
Ilana Uabian,
Peter Samuel Marco,
Arash Zaramani,
Elizabeth Liani,
Vicky Tretyak,
Salim Mavani,
Ali Zaranpar,
Dana Michelle Light,
Samantha Faith Spector,
Walter D. Melvin Minard,
Rick M. Steinman,
Lindsay Lee Liu,
Irene Grace Spiegel,
Sean Pakaziji,
Alejandro Vinay,
Michelle Ipe Liu,
Kimberly Allison Stein,
Sohail Akai Maharabian,
Anthony David Storm,
Jennifer Ann Logan,
Laura Nicole Strassner,
Sheila Lugamana,
Dean Charles Stein,
Gregory J. Meyer,
Ying G. Sun,
Emma Lydia Lloydel,
Edmund B. Sue,
Jeff Miano,
Dahlia Talasazan,
Karen Louie,
Joshua Schwartz,
Rabin Michael,
Dina Michelle Tansman,
Adi Lusky,
Ellie Tabari,
Mark Anthony Modeb,
Ronit Tehranizadeh,
Katrin Lahajani,
Mika Elon Schechter,
Ilya Lek,
Aaron Thomas Roth,
Heidi Golshan,
Hiro Yashu Takagi,
Edward S. Lee,
Nicole Denise Toplitsky,
Holly Golshan,
Quincy Benjamin Rose,
Kevin Ryan Luckoff,
Sydney Michelle Schwab,
Data Cuellar,
Daisuke Paul Tokunaga,
Hiran Kumar Karunaratne,
Debbie Zarnigan,
Kaveh Cohen,
Leo Y. Trezon,
Han Choi,
Ina Svilik,
Corey Rodney Collins,
Darius Ian Trugman,
Brenda Chung,
Nicole Felice Tyerman,
Joel Edward Cooper,
Jay Triffman,
Elena Madeline Cohen,
Elizabeth Asher Gottfried,
Matthew Todd Humiston,
William Ricardo Sotomayor,
Marissa Nicole Behrman,
Shadi Sheila Sufarian,
Jordana Aaron Cooper,
Jonathan A. Soleimani,
Scott Benson Cutler,
Victoria Sotva,
Geraldine Marie Cordette,
Bonita Marie Smith,
Payman Dagmar,
Rebecca Leora Soffer,
Adam Michael Duffy,
Michael Joseph Siegman,
Eugene Covington III,
Anne Michelle Cisan,
Judy Bajong Ju Cho,
Roderick Schultheis,
Anthony Walter Clark,
Shelby Beth Schlifkin,
Robin A. Charles,
Jonathan Lawrence Seff,
Peter J. Chung,
Valerie Stacy Sefton,
Letitia Chan,
Todd Ryan Siegel,
Christopher Yule Cho,
Luz Aurelia Serrano,
Yasmin Morada Sardegna,
Charles Levant Carmel,
Roy Aaron Choi,
Farnaz Shakuri,
John Anthony Baradino,
Samrad Shanasa,
Robin Bastedo,
Diganit Storch,
Robin Baral,
Anton Shufutinsky,
Regina Alessandra Belisario,
Lori Michelle Schumann,
Dimitri Begun,
Shai Shalom Schwartz,
Heidi Helen Bennett,
Michael Klotzman,
Marcel Eves Bylock,
Shaheen Kohat,
Aviva Berkovici.
Benjamin Corman.
Brent Edward Blue.
Derek Levin.
Sonia Daphne Berezovsky.
Scott Martin Kramer.
Nicholas Vincent Brown.
Darren Krask.
Stephanie Betty.
Yuri Kortlar.
Matthew Don Burns.
Gideon Uriel Kremer.
Sarah Elise Bogues.
Danielle Klyer.
Juan M. Campos.
Keong Min Kim.
Eugenia Tatiana Bonfante.
Alex James K.
David Donald Karen.
Mi Young Kim.
Meredith Martin Booker.
Michael Andrew Kibo.
Hyam Sean Setere.
Suzanne Helen Kim.
Isabella Lisbeth Brown.
Jason Christopher Kelly.
Jordan Thomas Castle.
Jordana Jessica King.
Ronnie Brunn.
Babak Kakshusi.
Eric Chaim.
Tamika Roshan King.
Susan Page Bryant.
Farshid Kazan.
Yi Sun Cheng.
Omid Eliyahu Kashani.
Celia Simone Buckhants.
Gak Y. Kim.
Alexander John Chasen.
Luba Kobinski.
Courtney Blake Campbell.
Andrew Lauren Claimer.
Sylvan Rigoberto Chavez.
Mary Coe.
Elizabeth Ann Karen.
Matthew Thomas Klein.
Farid Ansari.
Autumn Star Croft.
Camilla Christine Adler.
Jeffrey Ethan Klein.
Albert Antawirya.
Cheryl Diane Labe.
Yasmin Afrim.
Philip Claparda.
Farshad Askari.
Angela Jennifer Lambert.
Deborah Natasha Afshani.
Brian Dwayne Wu.
Morris Ayamichi.
Thomas Young Lee.
Orit Rona Eisenman.
Thomas Taeyung Kim.
Rambod Azadegan.
Oper Stephen Heyman.
Maria Alicia Alankar.
Alana Pilar Smith.
David Babajuni.
Michael David Tannenbaum.
Ambar.
Elson Lai.
Amir Ali Badori.
Kelly K. Shea. Andrew Lawrence Alexander.
Payman Banafshe.
Dia Nicole Elizabeth Brady.
Karine Julie Amselin.
Benjamin David Alexander.
Babak Barkohana.
Autumn Elizabeth Hagan.
Marcella Andrade.
Babak Alamohadi.
Doran Ness Barnes.
Dahlia Jahanian.
Hanako Asakura.
Tony Michael Burns.
David Frederick Bass.
Catherine Ann Jabedjian.
Shirin Azizlavi.
Alan Scott Braun.
Daniel S. Barazan.
Hilda Kadoda.
Nada Azizi.
Elliot Alden Jameson.
Afshin Ben Cohen.
Marine Kahin.
Bahar Badi Zadigan.
Lawrence Ian Hagan.
Carl Robert Benedetti.
Aviva Alexandra Kazdan.
Sepade Bahari Mogadam.
Jin Ho Yoon.
Michael Craig Neustadt.
Amanda Ryan Brooks.
Virginia A.V. Barrero.
Jennifer Lynette Yokoyama.
Eric Drew Winston.
Michael Lane Turner.
Georgina Marie Balian.
Julia Ting Yu Yang. Brian Daniel Pincus. Bethany Joy Schulman. Christopher H. Litton. Jennifer Stacy Crum. Paul Stewart Katz. Beth Sarah Horlick. Edward William Daniel Johnson. Jennifer Joanne Cheddar. Catherine E. Bloom. Felix Leo Chang. Janet Celia Abronson. Adrian Ashkenazi. David Howard Harridan.
The last time we were seated on rafters like these, it was 4 years ago. We were from different elementary schools. This time, we are graduating as one class. We entered Beverly with fear and anticipation, watching our first Hello Day and going to our first high school football game gave us that initial sense of unity and camaraderie. As the years continued, our class, like the ones before us, had its ups and downs. We stumbled through our first 2 Hello Day productions. We had to overcome the district's first strike and the failure of 2 parcel taxes. Yet our successes have outweighed our shortcomings. Whether it be in the impressive talent on stage, our junior year victory over the class of 1991 in junior senior night, our win this year in junior senior night and Hello Day, or producing the greatest soccer and football teams this school has ever seen. We have succeeded. Students in our class have received awards for their aptitude in creating a yearbook, a newspaper, and a video yearbook. We can boast of classmates who are accomplished musicians, scientists, artists, and writers. The list goes on. When I think of the people seated behind me, I am proud to say that I'm a graduate of the class of 1992. I know that each person will be successful in his or her own way. We'll be the generation that can make a difference. We'll make progress and promote changes in the way this country is run. I'm confident that this class, with its endless talents, will provide a better place for future generations. But just as we entered high school with fear and anticipation, we will also leave with some of these same emotions. High school has made us more mature, responsible, and knowledgeable, but it is only the beginning of our education. Just like taking our first step, starting kindergarten, and entering our teenage years, the completion of high school is a turning point in our lives because it is now time for a new beginning. To my classmates, I hope that each of you leave with the same feeling that I have, that the experiences we have shared and the memories we have created will have a positive impact on our lives. Goodbye and good luck. Now, please join us in the singing of our alma mater. A copy is located on the back of your program.
these for you.